Well, I guess most of what I've been saying, or I guess all of it, has been not recording. That is unfortunate for me. So, I guess I will start out by saying we were going to do Alien Isolation. And I have currently a save on Alien Isolation. That's about 3/4 of the way through the game on the hardest difficulty. Where do we want to start? Zone 2, Zone 1. Let's just start at Zone 1. And nobody wants to watch from 3/4 of the way through the game, and you can only do one game save. So, I mean, technically it's 2 game saves, but it's like a backup in case you need to go back farther. So I will have to finish that off screen time, and then we will do Alien Isolation. The reason is I don't want to take too long doing the campaign when I do that one, and it's quite challenging on the hardest difficulty, especially in a few spots. So I don't want you guys watching for like a long period of time with me getting no progress. So the raging might be entertaining to some, but I will finish that up so that we can start from the beginning at a normal kind of setting. Just pick up some rocks here, and then we will broadcast that. So I went over a bunch of the things to do with Ark, which nobody really heard. It doesn't really have a campaign per se, it's more of a leveling up system on the island, so I can't actually pick these up. When we get to Ragnarok, I'll be able to pick these up as thatch. Anyway, so it doesn't have a storyline exactly. I mean, it does have a storyline, but it's not your conventional. I mean, I gotta level up, I gotta, oh, that's my map. I gotta level my character up, put in some skills, then I'll show you what happens. Oh, there we go. And then every time I unlock skills, it's gonna give me a certain amount of points to unlock these engrams. The mixer is kind of in the way, is it not? Maybe if I put it halfway on the left. There, it's kind of a nuisance being in the middle of my screen, but it's probably the best choice because of all the corner stuff that's going on in the center top and the bottom center. So I'll be able to unlock all these different items. They are restricted to my level. As you can see right now, I can unlock up to 7. After that, everything's blacked out. I don't know what it is. There is a way around it. I mean, if you know the game a bit, like this right here is Ebola. Now, if I was to come up here to this search and I searched Ebola, it's gonna bring it up. And I'll be able to see anything with that in the name and get a general idea of when. Um, Items is not as useful unless you know the game. Other than that, you're going to use it a lot for saddles. If a dinosaur has the ability to have a saddle and you can ride the dinosaur, then you're going to want to know, what level am I going to be able to build that saddle. So back to what I was saying. Did I just freeze? It does that sometimes. You lock up in the menus and you got to like just hit your home button and it'll fix it. So basically the leveling up system, getting to do some things. Knock out this bird real quick. Hopefully. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. I'm actually going to end up killing this bird, but I'm probably going to die in the process. Because the damage is up, I think, 3 times for me. So I'm going to be doing, when you melee something with no item in your hands, you're also going to end up doing damage to yourself. So another reason I died. That's why I put my stats into health first. Just because I know I'm going to have to be punching some things like wood. When you die, you can come over here and you can just collect your stuff. Now, every time I spawn in, I'm going to be spawning in with this crap. Because I did a bunch of stuff previously to this broadcast. And so I spawn with them every time now. Good practice when you do get all this stuff unlocked is to just, as soon as you spawn in, come up here and hit the drop all button. Now I messed up and I didn't do that, so we're just going to get rid of it real quick. Oh, I spelled that wrong. I didn't even notice. Skins. Oh, maybe there's no S on the end. It's just skin. Alright, we're going to drop all those. Now some of them are pretty cool, and maybe we'll use some of them later on, but for right now we're just going to skip that stuff. So I'm just going to be leveling up the single player to get to the bosses as fast as possible. We got XP maxed out. So not even doing anything, I'm going to be getting lots of XP, but killing that dodo, I probably got a bunch of XP. Let's see. Not a bunch, but I got 2 levels there. Put more into health, I guess. And so we're going to be leveling up, we're going to be building things, taming things, then we're going to be going and we're going to do the boss battles. Now, I'm not sure how much spawning in I'm going to do. I'm going to try and do everything as legit as possible. We are going to get some flyers at some point. And I'll fly around the map, kind of just give you a general look at it. Oh, that guy is not friendly. Let's not go to him right now. I should probably start building some things. So we're going to go through each map. At the end of each map, when we're done the bosses, before we move on, we're actually going to upload probably some dinos so we can get quicker started on the next maps. Maybe even some items. I think it's single player, I can just upload automatically, but if I was playing in multiplayer, see, I just spawned in, I picked up all my stuff off the body, so anything that I had before would be counting, like this meat I got as soon as I punched the dodo or myself, I got this meat. Now this wood, I don't know how long ago I got it, but I'm going to drop it for a second for this explanation. Now say I got that wood and those berries at the same time, there'd be a counter of counting how long it's in my inventory. Well, after 30 minutes I can upload most items. There's a few items that are restricted here and there. Sometimes they unrestrict them. But this piece of wood that I just dropped, any amount of time that it was in my inventory now doesn't count. But as soon as I pick it up and it's back in my inventory, that 30-minute timer starts over again. So it's individual to each item. Let's see what else. That's pretty much the basics, I guess. The other thing I'm going to need is weight. We're going to want to build up as fast as possible. Alright, we're going to need a hatchet. We'll stay naked for a while. We don't need clothes yet. I'm going to skip the sleeping bag, which I think it's going to make us purchase anyway when we get the bed. Yeah, see, right here, I want the bed, but in order to get to bed, it's going to make me purchase the sleeping bag, as if, you know, I had to learn one before the other. So let's go ahead and get that, and it's going to tell us the total of the simple bed and the sleeping bag, which is going to be 11. Now I'm getting attacked. Get some hits in. Damn. Oh, I got the final hit. It says I killed myself. Alright, that's unfortunate. Now, I died, and I was able to respawn immediately. But, if we were online, or on our own server, unless we adjusted some of the settings, if PvP, if you get in a fight with somebody, it's going to give you a timer. I think the first timer is... Oh, yeah. I guess I should drop this stuff. I think the first timer is 5 minutes? No. Maybe it's only a minute. It's only a minute or two, probably. But it'll increase as you get in the fight with the same people over and over again in a quick period of time. I need to kill this thing. It is obstructing what I'm trying to do here. Alright, let's unlock something to kill it. Alright, I'll put a little bit more into weight. Spear. Is that the most advanced thing I can kill it with right now? Club. Oh, we could do bola, bow, stone arrows. The wooden shield is probably useful for some things, but it's pretty basic. Like any game with a shield, it just blocks some damage, and then eventually it breaks. So we're not going to unlock that. We'll probably unlock the good version of this in Ragnarok. Actually, we probably won't even unlock it. We'll probably go find a good one. So if you're interested in seeing it, we will do a run where we need it in Ragnarok. So we probably don't even need it, but we're going to use it anyway. Let's see. I don't really need the spear, I guess. Spyglass, I'll unlock that. I'm not sure if everything's here to build that. Narcotic, we will need that later. Mortar and pedestal, we need it to make the narcotic. Spark powder eventually. Should probably do the campfire to explain that. Water skin. Storage box. I'm not going to do the storage box yet because it's small and I don't like it. There'll be a bigger version soon. Alright, what do I need to build? Let's see, let's go back into here. Crafting with the bumper. Oh, I need to build this so I can get flint. Alright, now I'm going to select this and I'm going to put it in this slot. Alright, so this is good at getting thatch. The hatchet's much better at getting thatch than... Sorry. The pickaxe is much better at getting thatch than the hatchet. Obviously, it would make sense as you're beating the tree more than you are cutting it down. Then the hatchet, you know, it gets better. Gets better wood. The pickaxe is also better at flint and a few other things. We'll cover when we get a little farther on. A lot of these basic items take just, you know, wood, thatch, and fiber and flint. Flint you can get from rocks. You can also get metal, obviously, as you can see there. I'm getting stone. You can't really see it if you're watching on Twitch at the moment, but on Mixer I'm sure you can see that. Fiber we get from these bushes, which to collect a bush you just use Y, but you cannot have any item equipped. You have to have your bare hands, which you'll get berries, fiber, and some of these berries are good to eat, some are not good to eat. Some will put you to sleep, which we can demonstrate right now. These nice narco berries here, some of those. And then, actually I can show it in the menu here. See it? Except the pop-up. We'll wait for the pop-up to go away. Down there at the bottom, that torpidity. Star symbols, you can see them, it's increasing. It's continuing to increase. Now you can see on the right side of the screen that you can see it filling up over there. Now normally, that's not there. It only happens when you eat those berries, or somebody hits you, or uses a club on you, or uses some trank arrows or something. It'll increase your torpidity until you fall asleep. Or it doesn't always put you to sleep. It has to be high enough. Oh, we're probably gonna die here. I haven't increased my torpidity yet, so we're not gonna wake up that fast. Or my fortitude, sorry, my fortitude. So that was unfortunate, but we're awake faster now. And as per usual, we're gonna have to drop all of our skins. Dying twice already by a Dilophosaur. Dilo. Alright. These are drops. Very useful. Especially in the early game. Shit, there's more than one of them. And you have to be certain levels to unlock this. This one I think was level 10 maybe. Sometimes they'll have useful stuff, sometimes they won't. Let's kill this thing hopefully. Well, this is 48, we should be able to kill this. Get lots of health. Oh, see, it's running away because it's injured, or its torpidity is up. It was its torpidity. Now we're actually gonna tame this because it'd be nice not to have to defend ourselves all the time. Now this is a carnivore, so I had to put the meat in there that we harvested off our body earlier. I'm gonna take this one back. They only stack in 20 for these ones. At the bottom you can see the green line. It's actually our spoil time. Now if you hover over it, it'll tell you spoil time. And the spoil time will change depending on what it's in. Like in a dino, meat and berries last much longer than on your person. There is ways to increase it on your person and on your dino. We'll call this one Spot. Because we tamed it right on the spot. Now, as you remember, this was a level 48 when we tamed it. When we knocked it out to feed it. Now, the quality of the items we give it will determine the level. This one turned out to be at 71 just using raw meat. Now, raw meat's not one of the higher quality items, but it is a beginning item, so thankfully. Now we have the stats jacked up, so as you notice when I did the melee damage, it just went way up there, so this guy should do good to keep us safe. As soon as you tame it and it stands up and you name it, or you don't name it, you don't have to. It says following Drake, which that's what I named my character, as you can see when I look at my character. Level 12, so you know what it's doing, and it has a bunch of different commands you can give it. There's some options in here, like we could spay it so we can't breed them. We don't want to do that. We can change the name again if you did accidentally back out, or if you just don't like the name you already gave it. We can also unclaim them, which I don't recommend unless you have another dino that you want to kill it. The inventory, obviously, which you can do that, or the default when you press Y to access inventory. Later on, when we have a lot of buildings and stuff, another good way to access any inventory, whether it's a box, whether it's a dino, is using X. And it's really important to know that, because pressing Y is, say you're next to a dino that has a saddle, and you actually just want to run up to it and you want to get something out of its inventory, especially a tall dino that you don't want to fall off the back of, you're going to just want to press X. And it's just simple. It just brings you to his inventory, and that's it, basic. Now we have behavior, which has quite a few different things you can do. It's currently following, so I could disable that, or if it wasn't following, I could enable it. Wandering, which it'll just walk around aimlessly, um, which has to be enabled for breeding, which we will cover later on. Um, but generally, when we do that later on, we're gonna have a contained space so they can't like get lost on us. Turret mode is not available on every dino. Some dinos have special, um, I don't know what to call them exactly, special slots of things that they can do, I guess. That's what we'll call it. This one has turret mode, so you notice when I was fighting it earlier, it spit on me. Um, and then I couldn't see, it was all green and foggy. I mean, I could still see, but it was slowing me down. It was not very fun, basically. I could put this on turret mode and it would do that. But like the name suggests, it's a turret, so it's not going to move. Um, which we don't want that right now because we need it to defend us while we're doing stuff. Ally looking. So let's see. You see how I'm moving around it and it's kind of looking at me? That's what that does. It's ally looking. It'll do that for anybody that's in your tribe. It'll do that for anybody that's in your alliance, if you have an alliance. I don't think it does it for anybody that's not. I haven't actually tested that. But if I was to disable it, then its head's not going to follow me. Which, this little guy, that doesn't really matter all that much. But we get into some of these bigger dinosaurs and their heads can get in the way quite quickly and it can get annoying. Group whistles. So right now I can go into this inventory and I can tell it what I want it to do. Otherwise, I could use the D-pad and I could press... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, holding the left bumper, I could press down on the D-pad and it would attack something. I would get it in attack mode, attack target mode, and it would just attack anything that I attack or attacks me. But when I do that, it'll select that dino. Like let's find something not hostile for now. That's hostile. That might even kill the dino at this point. Depending on how OP the damage is right now. Let's see how OP. We can make it the damage even more OP, and we'll just kill this trike. Okay, hopefully kill this trike. All right, so using the attack mode, puts that red circle on there, and it goes for it. Look at that, 10,000 damage. We're definitely gonna be protected. See, this is just OP as ridiculous. All right. So now, if I go back into behavior, I should have showed this before. It has this thing called stance. Now, it was in neutral. When they stand up, they're automatically in neutral. Which is basically they won't do anything to attack unless something attacks me or them. Which is very handy. But it can also become a nuisance when you're trying to tame things. There's also passive where if there's attacking, they won't attack back, which is handy. But in some instances, your dino, like this one is weak, it's small. I don't want it to die. So I'm not going to put it in passive unless I go to tame something. And say it's something that could potentially kill me. And if it's hostile, it might just automatically attack my dinosaur anyway. So I'm going to want it on passive flee, which is newer. That never used to be a thing. So it'll do the same thing. It won't attack, but if it gets attacked, it'll run away. So attack your target. That we can select that, or we can automatically do that when we tell it to attack something. Aggressive is anything within its allotted range. It will just attack it, regardless of what it is. as long as it's a dinosaur. I mean, obviously it's not going to go attack a tree for me, but now to do with that targeting, right here, I can change how far away something can be before it targets it. So if it was at lowest, it's only something that came near us. If it's at high, it'd be something then probably within view distance, or you know, not too far away of view distance. The follow distance, generally you're going to keep that on medium. It's pretty basic. Some of the flying dinosaurs, sometimes you want to put it on high. Some of the really big dinosaurs, you want to put it on low because then they just won't move until you're pretty far away from them. Enable only target conscious. Oh, um, so say your dinosaur gets attacked while you're taming something, and another dino of the same type of dino attacks yours, and if it's on neutral or attack your target, it's going to attack back. Now, mine's OP, so it's going to kill whatever's attacking it, as long as it doesn't die before it gets the chance to attack. Now, if I had something knocked out and I'm trying to tame it, it would automatically go and eat it. Now, this new feature, which is enable only target conscious, it won't attack the unconscious dino I'm taming. I mean, I could set it so that it does, but which it was already disabled, so I just enabled that, which we definitely want enabled. Then it would just attack the unconscious animal, which would suck, especially if it's like something you've had down for 2 or 3 hours. And now for me, watching me, it's not going to take 2 or 3 hours. Chance to ignore group whistles. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, when I was showing you the attack target, if I was to turn this on so that it ignores the whistle, then it just won't acknowledge me, which can be useful, but there are certain dinos you do not want to do that for unless you have multiple people playing, like a flying dino. Playing solo, you do not want to have a flying dino on ignore whistles because it is not going to come down if you die up on it. Which, if you were to die on it, is probably from either getting attacked from a dragon, which I don't think we'll see on the island, so we'll see that later. It's actually called a wyvern, but it's the mythical dragon. So anyway, you would get that animal would be just gone. You wouldn't get it back. There is a few dinosaurs that would give you the option to get close and be able to interact. I do not know if it's on this map, but it's any flying dino that has a platform, and I believe the only one is a Quetzal, so that would be unfortunate. You would lose that dinosaur if you didn't have a Quetzal, and Quetzals can take a while to get to. Alright guys, I'm going to be right back. I need to go get some water. I am getting dry. Sorry about this. Thank you. Alright, I am back. Okay, so sorry about that. I was getting extremely dry. Gotta keep the water intake. Make sure we don't get too dry here. Okay. Alright, I'll try to cover as much as I can about the dinosaurs wheel of options. Let's see, are we done with behavior? Yes, we're done with behavior. Alright, so there's also harvest options. So certain dinosaurs collect resources. And thank you. And it can get pretty hectic if you're attacking dinosaurs that are amongst the resources that they can collect. So you can disable the resource harvesting, which would be this one, obviously. Then you can still re-enable it, obviously. The disable victim item collection. So dinosaurs that you kill can have items in them. I'm guessing it's to indicate, we can show you this real quick. It's to indicate, like, say they had killed a survivor. I mean, obviously I'm playing single player, so there is no survivors other than me. But they'll have, like, tools on them, other resources, and you're going to want your dinosaurs to collect that. I mean, after a certain stage, maybe you don't, because it's just, oh, there's a Spino over there. Okay, well, that's a Spinosaurus, and this might be a bit funny, but let's just go kill it. On a normal server, this would never happen. Oh, here, I can show this real quick. So in the behavior, his stance is set to neutral right now. You can see it's on neutral, and bring it up again, behavior. Top left up there, you see stance neutral. Now, right on the down on the D-pad while holding the left bumper, as you can see at the bottom of my screen there, it switches me from D-pads to the left bumper, which is the secondary feature. Now let's try and get this Dilo first. I don't want it to kill me while it's killing the Spino. There we go. Look at that. Completely dead. Oh, look, a turtle. There we go. Go kill that thing. Hopefully don't die in the process. Oh, we might be having some problems. Oh no, there we go. Got it. Okay. Now, he just killed that Spino, which we saw, which is excessive for him. Now, he got a lot of levels because it was a bigger dino, more impressive dino. Now, obviously he got meat from the body, hide, which we really need to hide, some boots. Look, we don't even got to unlock the boots. We got some boots. So now this is a specialty item. It's a trophy, the Spinosaurus sail. These trophies are needed for certain things, for the bosses. When we go to the bosses, I'm probably just going to do the easy version, so we don't have to collect as much stuff. So it goes by quicker, obviously. This here is prime meat, which it obviously says that is much more preferred by carnivores. So the thing is, it spoils faster, which you can already see. Like, this is all fresh, but it's already spoiling. Its spoil timer is only 8 minutes. 8.5 minutes probably with the missing time. With the missing time, I mean. And this is like 40 minutes, so you can obviously see a huge difference. And that's with me putting it on here. Now, it's 7:58. I put it over here. Look at that. It's down to 2 minutes. So there's a huge difference. So as with a whole bunch of other things, here's a saddle. I didn't even have to go make it. I just got it out of that drop that we saw earlier. And then I also got a blueprint for the same saddle. This is actually a better one though, because it's See that blue tinge it's got to it? It's kind of indicating the quality of the item, which is Ascendant, which is the highest quality, I believe. Um, and the other notable difference is you see is the armor, 101.8. The one down in the left corner there, the armor is 25. The other large noticeable difference, say I had this one unlocked, I could show you. Um, this is just a basic saddle, primitive. It would cost probably, 10 hide, or let's see what this costs. It would probably cost, like 25 fiber, 10 hide, like 50 wood or 40 wood or 25 wood or something. But with the quality going up, the requirements are going to go up. Now, sometimes these requirements are reasonable, and sometimes these requirements are just outrageous. And then um, they don't actually seem to be based on the armor. It just seems to be a random number. It seems to be based on the quality. So this being an Ascendant top quality, it's going to have a range. I don't know what the low numbers are. I don't know what the high numbers are. But what I do know is they are not relevant to the actual armor. When it comes to weapons later, it's not going to be relevant to the. Let's see. It's not going to be relevant to the weapon damage or the durability. But if you can get a lower requirement item, blueprint or item, with a lot of damage and a lot of durability, you're going to be very lucky. And you're going to want to hang on to that item. Now, some of the other items you might want to try and keep so you can trade with other tribes. Especially for somebody who's not paying attention. Alright, let's see. 10,000, that's probably good enough health for now. Stamina up a bit. Put the oxygen up a little bit. Food. I'll leave the food alone for now. So that, oh, this is him. This isn't me. Shh, the stamina didn't really matter. I shouldn't have touched the stamina. My bad. Melee doesn't really need to go up, but his health does. We'll put his food up once so that there's room in there. Movement speed I'm not going to touch because it's already ridiculous. His weight. I am definitely putting some into his weight because he is going to be my pack mule. Alright, now, oh, this is another thing I should mention. So he looks bloody, not because he just fought the Spino. He might have gotten a little bit bloody from the Spino, but probably not that much. I increased his health, and it doesn't automatically give it to him. I don't want to pick up its poop. Leave me alone. It doesn't fill automatically, as you can see here. I made the max higher, but the current health stayed the same. So he's going to have to eat to heal up, but until he does, he's going to look like he got into a massive fight, which it's kind of funny. And it helps you when you're riding a dinosaur to see what's going on. Because you're not always paying attention to this bottom right corner, or I guess it would be top right corner when you're riding a dino. So, part 1 has really been a bit slow. I'm sorry for that, but yeah, you'll see that later on as well. Let's try and get some of our levels in. Let's see. Probably should get my health to around 2,000, so I'm gonna get that up to at least 1,000. There are some dinos that could still bite me and kill me instantly, so I guess we'll start with wood building for now. We just need a basic startup. I'll unlock the wooden cage, but we probably won't see that for a while. Cementing paste we're going to need for some things. I won't unlock the war drums just yet, but I will unlock them later. They're just basically war drums. They're entertaining. They're good for PvP, especially larger tribe battles. Guess we could have some windows since That's not a big deal. Still not going to do clothes yet. Oh, there's the large storage box. We definitely need that though. We will do a raft at some point. Gravestone. We may do a gravestone. We've died 3 times, so I mean, what does it cost? Cementing paste and stone. We might do it, just to mark every time we die. Just be like, here lies Drake 1, Clone 1. I'm not really sure. Let's see, raptors. See, like a raptor saddle could be unlocked. There's the basic primitive. They're all the primitives are armor of 25. A dinosaur gate, yeah, sure, we'll have that. A feeding trough. Oh, can't do anything else yet. Ran out of points. Nothing we're overly missing. We need to get to that next level though, because we need these items. Shouldn't take much. It looks like we're already to that level, just by standing around out here. Alright, let's go down. Might not have enough points now though. I don't. I should have been a bit more careful with my points. See, that's what happens. You gotta be real careful. So we need the smithy, but we can't make the smithy until we have a refining forge. So there's not much point in unlocking any of this yet, because I can't make these unless I have the smithy. So we'll just leave that as it is. We'll have to level up again. Get some more points. Oh yeah, I can't pick those up yet on this map. You can see in the bottom right there that the little ice symbol. It's more like a snowflake symbol and a hunger or stomach. If you hold the back button, which you have a whole bunch of things on there you can do. So it'll tell you in description what's happening on screen. Also, it'll even show you the items that are always there, like your health, your stamina, your food, your water. I don't use it a lot for that. Sometimes if I see a new symbol, I'll hold it and find out what it is. These ordering groups, I'm just not going to touch them unless I, for some reason, need them, and then I'll come across and I'll explain those at that time. We are playing in third person, but if we wanted to, we could go in first person, which can be useful. You know, it gives you the option. You can play whichever way you want, but I prefer the third person. When we get into building later, this orbital is very useful. You can still move around. You can zoom in and out, but you press the back button, or if you press certain buttons, it'll just like cancel it out. I can toggle the HUD off so I can't see anything, so I get more of a, you know, immersive experience if you can remember where everything is. Toggle team names. I can turn that off and on. Oh, I see. If I got a distance away, if you stop moving. If I was to turn it off, it goes away, but as soon as I get closer, it pops back up. I'm going to leave that on. Guess I should unlock a torch. I must have passed it. Well, there's a standing torch. You'd think the torch should be before that. Well, that's unusual. Here, let's just search it real quick. Maybe I did miss it. Maybe that's one of the default unlocks. Oh yeah, there it is right there. It's already unlocked. Alright, we're gonna make one of these just so we can see. Play at night. We will make a crossbow and some arrows. definitely want to make a bala. We don't really need the bala because we got the dinosaur that's OP, but it's good for the XP, I suppose. We'll make one of these. We need more wood for this, so we will get more wood. What should we level up next? More weight, probably. See, he just automatically attacked after I got hit, which is handy, especially when you're in the menus. Actually, I want to... Oops. I want to attach everything. Oh, whoops, that's not where I want that. I want that there. I want my hatchet there. Put some shoes on. Not that it makes a big difference. Alright, so when it comes down to harvesting hide, as you can see, I don't really have any on me right now, do I? I have two hide. The hatchet is the best for the hide, or like I could harvest with the hatchet, or if I wanted to, I could use that attack command, and it'll eat the dead body, which is very handy. I can also tell it to go to a location using the up on the when I'm holding the left bumper. I can hit up on the D-pad. The only thing is, when you do that, you notice it's not following anymore. It went to that location, it did its job, it's good. You can use the up on the D-pad to get it to attack a dino, but you have to hit that dino. Like, see, I didn't hit the dino. See, I'm looking right at it. I still didn't hit the dino. So when you're going to attack, I'm gonna get it to follow me real quick. Let's follow all. In case during the fight it get like knocked off or somewhere far distance and I didn't see where it went, I want it following me. So we're gonna kill this truck. All right. The other thing is, you want to keep an eye on your dinosaurs once in a while, the ones that are following you. Because just like me, they have a weight limit. Now, these guys don't have as good a weight as most, but they can carry a decent amount. They're a good starter dino. A lot of people use dilos to start off because, well, for one, you need the eggs for some of the more difficult dinos. You can use their eggs to make a kibble, which is very handy because it speeds up the process of taming extremely, especially for some dinos. It's extremely, like, time. A good way to compare it would be there's some dinos that take about 8 hours on just basic resource taming. Now you use the kibble, 20 minutes. Now I'm talking real life time. That is huge difference. 20-40 minutes and compared to 8 hours, that's wonderful. Now that's some of the more advanced dinos. Okay, hang on. Hey, how's it going?
Oh, I'm hearing yawning. Good morning.
Good morning. I've been up for a while. I'm just I've been doing lots of talking. It's getting my my voice really dried out.
I'm getting a cod if you want to go in a little bit.
Yeah, I could do some COD. I imagine I've bored people enough for now. Not that anybody's really watching at the moment, but what'd you say?
Do you have any friends on you could invite?
I might. Just give me a second to end the stream. So for now, I guess that's pretty much all the basics were covered. When we get back in, I'll do some building, and then we'll start a base up. So I will see you guys in the